Pete, you were great to catch up with you. Obviously, we haven't really done a feature sit down since the end of training camp. We're about 4 to 5 weeks into the season proper now. Just get kind of your scores out of 10. How's it been so far, the first month and bit of the season? Starting with you, Pete.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of positive points as well as some results that maybe we'd want back, but I think that's the same every season. But I think more and more you see it coming together and connecting, so I just think it's about sticking to the process. But it's been awesome. They're a great bunch of guys, so it's fun to come to the rink every day.
I knew it for you. I know being on the bench is a little different, but enjoying the experience and what it's like working alongside Pete here when he loses that temper of his.
Yeah, it's different to what I've been used to in the past and stuff like that. But working with Pete has been great. He's helped me a lot with bench management and dealing with the quick decisions you have to make on the bench at times. And it's a learning process for me, but one that I'm very much enjoying and getting the support from Pete and the club to help me progress in those areas.
So since we last spoke, and I know you did speak to Ollie when Alderson came in, but a couple of new faces, Alderson and Wall, and what are they adding to the team? Obviously, Alderson's been in a few weeks longer and it's got that great release. New netminder got a shutout on Sunday night. What are the new guys bringing to the locker room?
Yeah, I think they're both good guys as well, so they fit in. That's the one thing you notice, they're in the middle of it all. Alderson's big body, skates well, and he's got a great shot. I think we can see that. Wall's pretty calm and solid. He moves good in his knees and he's got good hands, so you get two good goalies, do you know what I mean? And every team needs that, I think.
Ewan, let's get the scouting report then on Tyler Wall. What do you like about him?
Plays big in traffic, works really well within the system. His movement is very calm and controlled. He doesn't really look flustered in anything that he does. He can be fast, but he has to be fast. But if you watch the way he plays, he doesn't really have to use that too often because he's in good spots. And he's young. He's wants to get better and improve, and he fits very, very well with the way that we want to play here.
Just following up on that, Ewan, talking about Ben Bales, because I think he deserves credit. I think he expected a bounce back season this year. We shouldn't be surprised, I suppose. Just how impressive you've been with Ben.
I think Bounty has been great from the start of the season. If you look back to last season, I thought from probably March onwards, he started to find his game again, and he was great for the national team at the World Championships. And he started the season pretty much where he left off, from last season, and has continued to grow. And it helps him because he's played in this system for so long with the national team. He knows where the dangers are. He knows how to play in certain situations. So I'm really happy for him, and he's coming in every day with a smile on his face, and he's back to being the Ben Bounds that we all know and, I would say, love, but tolerate.
Pete, obviously, this has been touched on. Saturday, a loss in difficult circumstances. So on Sunday, you went to Glasgow, and the lines went in the blender a little bit. It was really interesting to see. I just wanted to get your thoughts on how those lines were structured, and obviously the response seemed pretty emphatic.
Yeah, for sure. I think the guys took control. I think that's a good thing. We asked them to take control. When they step on the ice, they're playing. So we talked about a few things and they brought it. I think the lines were just maybe try to create a bit more directness in each line with one guy, and maybe we put Mose up front because Cranny was playing really well in D, and Mose is a great D man as well. And Cranny's been really good back there with transitioning the team in the park, and he enjoys it. So we just went a different way with it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But on Sunday, it seemed to work pretty well. I thought we had 4 really good lines.
You mentioned Evan Mosey there. I suppose this is the benefit of a swing player of his quality. They say never go back, but he's come back to Cardiff, and he seems to have really come in and played the game he won.
Yeah, we missed him when he wasn't playing. The dressing room's a little bit quieter. And I think he just has elite speed. He's a really fast skater, so he kind of gets you up the ice and things like that. He's a good tracker, so I think for us, the way we play, I think it worked well. And I really like Cranny at the back, really enjoys it as well. So he's a new swing guy. So we have 2 now. Then we have Chad as well. We have 3. So it's really great to have that. And I thought all the guys worked really hard on Saturday. And Saturday night was tough. Do you know what I mean? I think the one thing I would say I've learned over the past week was I don't think guys are scared to play, but I think some players are probably thinking, I don't want to be the player that makes the big hit. I don't want to be the player that gets in a fight. I don't want to play that lets his stick go reckless somewhere. And I think that's the fear a little bit. But on Sunday, we seemed to I thought we're on. I thought we're dialed in. And I thought the first period we were unplayable. I don't think I've seen that yet. I thought we were really, really, really dynamic. And I thought the ozone, we spread it and we attacked hard into the net and we created numerous chances. So I thought it's down to the guys. They do it.
Just want to ask you both about a guy who, and again, I was speaking to Ollie off camera, and maybe this signing was a little under the radar in the summer, but boy, has he stepped up. Is Tyler Bush everything that you guys thought he was going to be in terms of a third-line centre who can add offense, who plays a 200-foot game? Coach's dream?
Yeah, he's just solid, honest hockey player, and he goes to the net, and he gets quite rewarded by going to the net. He's a big body, and he's really coachable. But I think we've got a lot of guys that are like that, and coachable. They all want to play, and a lot of them have good hockey sense as well. They make good reads, so that makes it easier for them within structure. But Tyler's been great. I liked him straight away when we watched the video, and you could tell just by face-offs, he looked like someone people didn't want to play against. And he had good stats when he was in college and his last junior years. So maybe that's come to fruit a little bit for him again right now in the pro hockey, some of his third year as a pro.
You were just expanding that point a little bit. We talked about Tyler being a good guy, but it seems like the locker room as a whole, again, we talked about this in pre-season, but now, you've had a few losses, adversity, you see how a room comes together. Is it the room you expected?
I think so. I think knowing the way that Pete works and the people that he wants to work with, it's always about signing good people first and then hockey players second, because these guys live together for 9 months of the year. Every single day they see the guy next to them more than they see their wives or girlfriends or children and stuff like that. And I remember in the summer when Todd did his introduction, there was 9 key points that he wrote down that he sees to make a successful team, and there was one point on there which I can't repeat on camera, but it actually sits in front of Pete actually on his desk on that page, and I think that point has been very, very well hit with the people that have been brought in this season.
So let's do kind of the next 3 big events coming up in chronological order. Friday night, it's Manchester. We've seen them a lot. I'll start with you from a net mining perspective, because they play from the back in the sense that they've got a solid foundation, a guy that gives them a chance to win every night. Yeah,
I think he's very good. He plays. He's not the biggest goalie, but he plays his angles very, very well. He's very calm. He has good hands. And I think we've learned from the 3 games we played against them in the last 3 or 4 weeks that he's probably going to make a lot of first saves. So we've got to go to the net looking for rebounds and traffic and everything like that. Most goalies nowadays, they don't really get beat with straight shots. Goaltenders have got so good now. So I think there'll be a game plan in place and the pre-scouts will be done on him and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we have to trust ourselves. We've got great players who can score goals and create opportunities.
Pete, I'm not going to ask you for the intangibles, but I know you're a detailed guy. You have seen Manchester a lot. Are there things that you've picked up, particularly from last weekend's game, that you want to turn around this week?
Yeah, I just think we have to be better go through the neutral zone and into the ozone, and I think if we manage that well, which they can, then we'll be fine, But Manchester's a gritty team. They battle for each other. They have good camaraderie as well. You can see it. They block a lot of shots. But I think we can play against that. I think we're looking forward to Friday, to be honest. I'm looking forward to trying to get one back over them after Saturday, I think.
So you don't want to look beyond Friday, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Of course, send a trip to Belfast, and it's early November, but you know how this league works, and these are the games, in football terms, a 6-pointer. Just how excited, how challenging is it to go into Belfast?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, but, it's the other game. That's why you coach and you play. You want to play in those games and be part of it. And I think, we just got to play our game. We got to worry what we bring. I think the most important thing is what we do is going to determine most of the situations. And I think when we play the right way, and I think we've got good energy and we're competing, then we're a match for anybody, home or away. So we just got to have that mindset. We've got a readiness to play, and I'd back my team against anybody.
You and certainly would back the team against anybody, but I got to ask about Tyler Besbarani. Is he a netminder that can get in guys' heads? And I suppose the essential part of your job is finding out how to beat a guy who's been a stud in this league since he's come in.
Yeah, I think Besco has been obviously one of the top goalies in the leagues for the last however many years. He's had an unbelievable career. But I think at the end of the day, it's just another goalie standing in a net trying to protect 6x4, and we can't really focus on that type of stuff. We just have to focus on ourselves, like Pete said, and we have good players who can score goals and create chances, and I think that'll be more of our focus.
So beyond Manchester, beyond Belfast, you then have France and the Continental Cup. So aside from the sightseeing and the good food, have your attention started on the pre-scouting and what your ambitions are for that tournament?
I was actually just watching the team Kazakhstan before I come up here, just getting a look at them to see what they're like. So, yeah, again, I think if we play our game, we can beat those teams. And I think it's a good experience. I like the European hockey, and I think our game will suit it. I think the guys are going to enjoy it. Good to get away for 3 days with a team as well. I know it's a lot of ice, but I think at the same time, it's a good team builder. And I think we've just got to take it a game at a time, but we want to go there and win. That's the bottom line of it.
Obviously a cliche when you go into European tournaments, but sometimes the play and the refereeing can be a little bit difficult or different in terms of maybe playing a more aggressive North American game and the standards and the consistency, so on and so forth. Is that something that comes into the coaching briefs?
No, I think our style suits it. I think we play more of a European game. I really believe that. I think we're a puck possession team as much as we can. We want to get the puck and skate with it. So, I think we've been pretty disciplined this season. I don't think we've ran into mass penalty trouble. And touch wood, that continues. But I think the guys have been really disciplined. I think their actions are good, and I think the guys are ready for it. I think we're a skating team. We've got a lot of speed through it, and I think it's going to suit us. I think as long as we play our game and 200 feet game, and we're using more skill and we're creating good separation, I think we'll be in a good place.
You just coming back to Tyler Wall once more. I saw Josh Batchy the donut yesterday. I think that was a prize to his defenders for helping him get the shutout. But so important for a netminder, and with all due respect, you are a strange breed. You're both netminders. To get that shutout in your first game, the confidence that must breed, he must be in a good place.
Oh, 100%. Anytime you can pitch a shutout in your first start, since I think it was April, since he last played a competitive game of hockey. So great way to start. A lot of really good things in the game that we saw from Tyler, and the guys battled for him, which is amazing. The last 5 minutes, I thought the guys were incredible in front of him, which shows how much they think of him in the locker room, and it's a good place to start and build from for him for sure.
I think especially being 7-0 up as well. Like, they didn't get carried away. They decided to just try and shut it up a little bit and help him. Same as we were for Bouncy, and I think that shows the character in the team. They want to help each other. I think that's a really cool quality.
And just finally, guys, and kind of leading on from that point, early season is always fun. You come back, hockey is back, and the last bit of the season, you're playing for position. That's motivation. I suppose we're in the marathon now, the slog. This is where the prizes are maybe won and lost in this period. How do you guys feel? How does the team feel? And how do you come to the rink and stay motivated every day?
I don't think that's hard. I think it's a great job, isn't it? Like, I think we've got a great group in there, and of course we're pushing them. Do you know what I mean? That, like, pushing for more and more. But I just think that so far it's not been a grind at all. We sat in a bus on Sunday for 9 hours to get there, 9 hours back, and no one was complaining. Everybody had a great performance. So I think that's not a problem. I just think the games are coming thick and fast, and I would rather play than practice. So I think it's it's just managing the ice time, making sure we know how much to push, sometimes, and realising that there's a lot of games. Maybe there's going to be some that don't work out how we want them to, but I think it's just really trying to make sure we keep the habits up and we keep recovering. I think that's important for the players. Like yesterday with the recovery day instead of practice, we got to keep that in mind that, if we're tired, they're going to be even more tired because they're actually working, and we're just standing there shouting at people, and it's like, I think that's something that I've learned, that we got to look after them, and their voice as well. Maybe some of the players will come and tell you that we feel we're a bit tired. I'm going to listen to them. I'm not going to ignore it, because I think when you get that relationship with the team, it's good. There's a lot of trust in it.
You were just last point to you. Pete says he's rather play than practice, and every player would want that. But for a guy who cuts a lot of the video, does it mean a lot of late nights when the game's coming thick and fast?
Yeah, but we do a really good job of splitting it, and I've got to understand how Pete wants his video that I have to do done. So, it's I'm a geek. Like, I think I said to Pete not long ago that I'm happiest in front of a computer or coaching goalies. So it doesn't phase me or bother me. It's quite fun. I watch a lot of hockey anyway, so you might as well have that as your job.
Guys, always great to catch up. We wish you well for this weekend, the Continental Cup, and the weeks ahead, and hopefully we'll catch up again maybe this side of Christmas. But good luck for the forthcoming games.
Thank you.
Thank you.